Worthy gets free inside. Michael Thompson is fouled. Thomas hits the floor hard.
He hit it awfully hard. He couldn't get his hand out to cushion the blow when he hit the floor. He hit his hip. I'm sure he's knocked the wind out of himself at least that much.
Bill, how come James Worthy has gotten free inside to receive passes all game?
Well, what happens is they're setting the screen on the baseline. He flashes across the lane, as we'll see right here. No, we won't see that, but we'll see Isiah Thomas. Oh, what a blow to the floor. But he just flashes across the lane, receiving a screen, and Magic has found him open underneath.
You talked about some adjustments the Pistons had to make coming into this game. I think they have a whole laundry list of adjustments to make before Game 4.
Well, I think the big one is going to be the mental adjustment to this game, to realize that they saw the real Lakers in this third period and come out, and they better be ready to respond to that.
14-point lead under 4 minutes remaining. Thomas will go for three, and again he misses. Laimbeer keeps it alive. Thomas has it blocked away, and a foul called against the Lakers. And Isiah will shoot a pair.
Well, we're not seeing good poise right now by the Pistons. They're only down 14 points. And we have well over 3.5 minutes to play. A couple turnovers, things of that nature. They still have to continue to execute their offense.
Foul was on Worthy. Thomas with 25. So Isiah into the 20s for the first time in this series. And a big second half, but it's a second half in which the Lakers have dominated.
Dumars now matched up against AC Green.
Magic with another great play. He's had them all kinds of great plays today, and he looks a lot sprier than we've seen in several series.
Two things we see: he's just too quick going to the middle against Rodman, and also the Lakers have not stopped executing their offense.
Laimbeer fires and misses a three. Worthy tips it to Magic. It's a 3-on-2 Laker break. Less than 3 minutes to play, and Isiah strips him of the ball. And Worthy ties him up. We'll have a jump ball. Vinnie Johnson and Sally are in with Dumars, Laimbeer. Thomas will jump. Cooper, Scott, Magic, Green, and Worthy. Worthy jumped for the Lakers, who control the tip. 14-point lead for the Lakers. Pistons led on only 2 occasions today. Green is pushed. The last Detroit lead was 46-45 before the last basket of the first half gave the Lakers a 1-point lead. Who knew that at that time that would be the last time Detroit would enjoy the lead?
Not only that, enjoyed being in the ball game, because when they came out of the locker room, they weren't ready to play. The Lakers just moved it up another notch at the defensive end of the court.
Wes Matthews replaces Magic Johnson.
Checks into the Lakers lineup.
So his return for an extended stay to his home state of Michigan is a success for him. But the crowd, well, they're Piston fans.
But they appreciate a great performance, and that's what they've seen today from Magic Johnson.
Speaking of performances, what about AC Green's 21 with 9 and 10 shooting? Thomas doesn't get the roll, but he'll shoot a couple with 2:25 left.
Los Angeles foul number 1, Wes Matthews. His first, the team's 4th. On the line for Detroit, shooting 2.
There's a man who got the job done in a big way today. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 12 points. He seems to get it done every game, Magic Johnson.
And sometimes I think we just take it for granted when we see an outstanding performance from him.
All 5 Lakers starters were in double figures. Right now led by Worthy's 22. Dennis Rodman replaces Bill Laimbeer. They didn't need their bench today, although actually Cooper and Michael Thompson, though they scored 6 points between them, contributed mightily, particularly to an aggressive defense.
Oh, did an outstanding job. You look at this Piston team, though, if they don't get a performance from either Joe Dumars or from Vinnie Johnson, who have just played poorly, and Joe Dumars has not been able to contain Magic Johnson through the first 3 games of the playoffs.
And he scored 6 today, so Dumars isn't doing much offensively either. Scott. 97-82 as we wind down to 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes.
What must the Pistons do looking ahead to game number 4?
A couple things. Number one, they have to be ready to come out and play 48 minutes of basketball, not 24. And they have to, somehow, Chuck Daly has to give them confidence that they can beat this Laker team.
Sally on the last basket. A sobering loss for Detroit. They'll have plenty to ponder after this one. Still Lakers ball, leading by 13 with 1:38 remaining.
Don't forget game 1. We all were shocked in the way the Pistons were able to handle the Lakers. And it's just one ball game.
That's true. Everyone will jump on the bandwagon, you know, after this one. Dumars gets the hoop. Too little too late for Joe. But the fact is, Detroit really needs to win the next 2 games at home. Otherwise, their work is really cut out for them.
I just don't see anybody beating the Lakers 3 out of 4 games in the Forum.
Worthy pick and roll stripped away with 1:12 to go. 11-point game. Matthews takes it back. Interestingly enough, the Pistons are playing this game down by 11 as if they were down by 21.
They have the last 7 minutes when they were only down 13, 14 points. Taking quick shots, not running their offense, gambling a little bit too much at the defensive end.
5 on the shot clock. And Worthy is fouled with 48 seconds to go. Ralph Lewis seeing his first action in the series, and Walker D. Russell
Number 23, Walker D. Russell.
have come in the game.
Ralph Lewis.
Tuesday night, we'll see how the Pistons come out in game number 4. We'll be with you at 9 o'clock Eastern time. But a tremendous exhibition of poise by the Lakers, not to mention all-around aggressiveness at both ends.
Before this game, Pat Riley felt that his speech to the team was that this was a world championship game. That's how important he felt this ball game was, and his team responded to what he told them.
Now we'll see how Detroit responds to what Chuck Daly tells his team. Ralph Lewis, who came from the CBA out of LaSalle College in Philadelphia, took that shot.
I'm glad I'm not going to have to be there to listen to what Chuck Daly has to tell his ball club.
You think he's in the dressing room already formulating it?
So many times you get technical fouls, and I can speak from experience because you're frustrated with the performance of your players.
This may have been one of those instances. For Isiah Thomas, 28 points, 20 in the second half. Smile on the face of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Byron Scott. 10 seconds to go in the ball game. 99-86. Well, the Lakers didn't get 100, but they won going away in this game. That'll do it. And the Lakers on the road have opened up a 3-game trip by stunning the Detroit Pistons and telling them why in no uncertain terms, while the Lakers are the world champions of the NBA. 99-86 the final score. Worthy with 24. Green with 21 led 5 double-figure scores for the Lakers. Thomas had 28. Dantley 14, Laimbeer 10 were the only men in double figures for the Detroit Pistons. So the Lakers lead it 2-1, and right now let's go to the top of this place to Brent Musburger. Brent.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. A couple of things immediately stand out following this Laker victory. Number one, the Lakers cannot lose this championship in this building. If they lose another one, they are guaranteed to go back to the Forum. The other observation I have, I find it somewhat peculiar that the Pistons do not enjoy a huge shooting advantage in this building. If we look back at all the playoffs that they have won here, and that goes against Washington, Chicago, Boston, and now they've lost one against the Lakers, they've only broken 100 points twice in the Silverdome. And here this afternoon, the Lakers became the first team in 15 games to hit better than 50% from the field in regaining the home court advantage in this championship series. I really go back to the first few minutes of this game, and I thought that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar delivered a tremendous statement, not offensively, even though he hit his first skyhook, but defensively. He said, we have come to play, and that's where the Lakers seized command of this game. I think that Chuck Daly was throwing out as much out of frustration as anything. He certainly could not be pleased with how the Pistons played here this afternoon upon returning home. Let's go downstairs now to Pat O'Brien with Magic Johnson. Pat?
All right, Brent, thank you. Magic, your team seemed to play a lot better together today.
Well, what we did was play a lot better defense. We got the rebound and we got out on the break. We hadn't got out on the break the first 2 games, but the game was wide open, and that was our game.
What did Riles do at halftime to get you motivated? Came back strong.
Well, we said that we hadn't had good third quarters, and we wanted to come out and pressure and apply the pressure to them instead of them applying it to us. And like I said, we got out and ran. We got the break going. We got a lot of layups.
All right, you have more good news coming. You got your mother's cooking in here.
You know it. And look forward to Tuesday.
Okay. And so Magic Johnson goes in to eat Mother's chicken, and we'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.